Super One shoppers around the Northland recently rounded up at checkout, collecting more than $46,000 for the Northern Lights Foundation. Super One leaders presented that donation to the nonprofit today. The Northern Lights Foundation was founded in 2006 by Ken Larson, who, after experiencing the loss of his newborn daughter, had a vision to bring some much-needed light to local families with children battling life-threatening diseases. Over the past 18 years, the nonprofit has raised more than $1 million and issued grants to more than 260 families.
All right, Alexa.